strong, healthy shoulders, and an improved golf swing. This combination from Ace gets it done in less than 20 minutes. So what do the shoulders do in the golf swing? They stabilize at the top, they transfer energy through the body into the extremities and into the club, and they're going to play a huge role in creating balance and stability through your whole motion. So if they function well, your golf swing is going to improve. And there's a number of ranges of motion, many of which we're going to hit today. This is from Ace, our new training protocol, Advanced Corrective Exercises. This is going to be right in between your traditional stretching and a workout. We're looking at 20 minutes or less, minimal equipment, lower intensity, and all the golf gains, all right? So let's dive right in and get to work. To get started, you're going to want some really small weights. You can do it with single, you can do it with dumbbells, fractional plates, or use a band or cables if needed. We're going to start with the side plank to reverse fly. This is how you get it done. Part one is to go into a side plank position, making sure the core is working hard, the obliques are holding us up in a great posture and neutral spine position. From there, stabilize, work against the ground, and then you're going to work in a big arc into that reverse fly movement. So you go around and work back. Core's really working hard, the shoulders are functioning to a nice range of motion, stabilizing at the top. And with that lighter weight, we're looking at pure function and lower intensity. Up next, we have rotator cuff activations. Again, you want a really light weight here. You're going to take a seated position on the floor, on a box, on a chair, and you're going to fix the elbow to the raised knee. From here, we stabilize the whole body and work through that range of motion, looking to get to 90 degrees, really controlling down and get into that top position. Working that rotation, put in all that tension, but controlled efficiency through the shoulder, enhancing your function and strengthening the rotator cuff. Final movement, we jump up into our golf posture. It's a slight hinge at the hips, feet well anchored to the ground, and just that little bit of spinal. For the final movement, we go into our golf posture. Small hinge at the hips, feet anchored into the ground so you're nice and stable. From here, we're going to go into a front raise. Okay, if you have one weight, you can do it individually, but if you've got two, at the same time. Okay, so set your posture, set your neutral spine, and then we're going to separate up and out. Okay, the key here is to sit into the posterior chain, really isolate the shoulders, hit that range of motion, and as with all of these movements, really be controlled, specifically on that downward phase. Okay, we can make a lot of gains there, as well as up, control down, good for the joints, good for your gains. For the first set of movements, you are going to go 3 rounds of 12 of each exercise. Split them up into 6 each arm, always work both sides, and focus on that control. Now, we're going to 2 movements that are going to enhance rotation, chest function, which is going to impact the shoulder, and how you stabilize through the glutes and the whole body to create that movement more effective. The first movement in this set will be Turkish hold rotations. This is about stability in the upper body and rotation and separation through the core into the lower body. I'm going to face the other way so you can really see how the body turns through this whilst we stabilize the shoulder. So as we get down, you're going to work each side asymmetrically. So, with the weight in the left hand, the right arm and the right leg are going to be flat on the ground. Bring that same leg up to 90 degrees and then maintain in that position. Don't lose and go with the leg. You're going to separate the lower body and get that full rotation to the ground if you can. Work back up, stabilize the spine. Don't let that weight move. So you can see how the body is really separating upper and lower, just like you do in your golf swing. And we're stabilizing that shoulder. Takes a lot of focus, but feels great on the lower back, and you're improving your rotational capacity whilst working on your shoulders as well. The other movement in this set is going to be the glute bridge floor press. So this is where we focus a little bit more on the chest, obviously how that impacts into the shoulder, and we're going to be in that glute bridge, so we activate the core and the glutes for extra stability. Take yourself that lying position, feet flat on the ground, keep those dumbbells or kettlebells in close. You're going to fire up the hips, feel that activate, it should all be in the glutes, not shaking into the hamstrings, fire up tight. You're going to press. Control down, elbows just touch the ground, and then back to the top. Control, press. Each time, core is working hard, the upper body is stabilizing. Obviously, you can increase the weight as necessary and relative to what you have, but the key here is that we stabilize, activate the core, activate the glutes, and build that full body stability to improve your game. That set is going to be a combination of 2 rounds, 24 rotations, and 12 floor press. The 24 means 12 each side. Take your time to really get that range of motion and get it done. You're going to finish out with 2 rounds of rotation, 20 reps of each, and you're going to start with the dynamic windmill rotation. You can grab those small weights out again here if you choose to, if you want to load this pattern, but this is excellent as a bodyweight exercise. You're going to start in a wide position, okay? So make sure your feet are flat and you've still got that activation through the glutes so you can hinge at the hip. Very slight bend in the knee. Into this movement, we want to be free-flowing. The shoulders have already done a lot of work, and here we can just use that to our advantage. So we hinge down, chest to the floor. You're going to reach your right hand down to touch your left foot, and then change in that dynamic pattern, working either side, working around the spine, and getting that big rotation. So nice and fluid. Your feet should be working against the ground. You're turning around the spine. You're really getting that freedom through the shoulder. And it's a great exercise, okay? So that creates the freedom. You're gonna match that with rotational swings. Dumbbell or kettlebell. Here, we just bring it all together. We've separated the body well, we've used the ground, and we have focused on the upper body. This is where we transfer it through into the mechanics of the swing and overload the system, okay? So with your dumbbell or your kettlebell, you're gonna take your golf posture, you're gonna feel as though you load into the opposing side, and then fire the hips, whilst creating that full turn of the body. So making sure the hips rotate well, that's how you accept load and push through the ground to create that motion, and all the way through. Your core is active, you're using the ground, and you're in a nice rotational pattern, okay? Always work both sides, so you're working weaknesses, you're not creating too much of a dominant side in your body, because as golfers, we already have that. So you work through those patterns, low intensity, high levels of execution, making sure that every single rep is giving you as much as it possibly can do. That's 2 rounds for the rotation, 20 reps of each movement, 10 on each side, resting as needed, and that's your whole session. It's going to take you less than 20 minutes, and you can get some serious golf gains. This is just one session from ACE. We're focusing on the shoulders. We've got full protocols starting from rehabilitation to pure flexibility through to ACE for the whole body and every aspect of the swing. All right, so you got to check out GOLFWOD PT if you want to move better, feel better, and play better. Okay, this is going to help your swing because once you start to load and rotate the shoulder, you want to transfer force. The more effectively the joint can stabilize and the muscles can function, the more effectively you're going to be able to deliver a technically sound golf swing with more speed, more accuracy, and more consistency. Okay, this is what we do. Golf workouts by golfers, for golfers. We want you to improve all aspects of your game. All right, so appreciate you checking out the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, download your free trial on the app, and get to work so that you can golf strong.